Hello everyone! Today, we are going to sheep farms in the US to see how millions of sheep here are raised. According to statistics from the United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, by 2020, the number of sheep raised in the United States is about 5.2 million, and there are about 80,000 sheep farms. Currently, about 70% of sheep in the United States are raised on large-scale farms. These farms often have a population of hundreds to thousands of sheep and are considered professional farms, using good farming technology and processes to ensure product quality. Large-scale farms are concentrated in several states with favorable natural conditions for sheep farming, including Texas, Wyoming, California, Idaho, and Colorado. Here, large-scale sheep farms apply advanced technology, exploit local resources, meet domestic consumption needs, and export to other countries. The majority of sheep in the United States are raised for meat production, which is a major industry in the country's livestock industry. According to statistics from the United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, about 90% of sheep raised in the U.S. will be consumed for meat production. Several types of sheep are raised for wool, which in turn produces high-quality wool products such as woolen coats, scarves, and socks. However, wool output sheep production is very small compared to meat production, so it is not a major industry in sheep farming in the United States. According to recent estimates and data, the United States has between 2 or 3 million sheep born annually. States such as Texas, California, Wyoming, and Colorado play an important role in sheep farming and have significant sheep production. On average, each mother lamb can give birth to 2 or 3 lambs in a litter. Each lamb usually weighs about 5 and 10 pounds at birth. The length of time a lamb spends with its mother before weaning is usually between 2 and 4 months. During this time, the lamb will use mother's milk as the main source of nutrition for development and growth. During this period, the lambs are also guided and protected by the mother from the dangers and threats of the external environment. When old enough, usually 2 to 4 months, the lamb will gradually be transitioned to a diet of grass and other solid food. This process is called weaning and marks the transition from breastfeeding to a self-sufficient diet. Before weaning is complete, the lamb will usually continue to stay with the mother in the flock to learn how to live and adapt to its surroundings. In the process of raising sheep, sometimes there are some lambs that are weaker or show signs of being unhealthy. In this case, rangers often decide to separate these animals and place them in separate cages for inspection and health care. This is a sheep farm in California. About 1,500 sheep are born each year. but these lambs would stay on the range for 2 months before moving to graze in other farming area. Currently in California, there are about 9,000 sheep farms with a population of about 500,000 heads, accounting for 10% of the country's sheep population. According to Census 2021, the number of sheep in California is slaughtered 222,000 heads, and meat production is 30 million pounds. These workers are shearing the sheep's tails, which is usually done when the sheep reach the age of 2 to 10 days. This is to reduce the risk of infections and other health problems associated with the tail area. Part of the reason is to prevent the accumulation of sebum and feces in the fleece, which helps to reduce the risk of infections and health problems caused by bacteria. Tail clipping also reduces the likelihood of being attacked by insects such as mosquitoes or cockroaches, which can cause discomfort and spread infectious diseases. In addition, this also helps the mating process later bring better efficiency. These are the sheep over 2 months old on an Idaho range that have just been shot. Currently in Idaho, there are about 4,000 sheep farms with a total of 250,000 sheep, accounting for 4.8%. This is a sheep farm in Colorado. This farm is raised for the purpose of meat production. About 1,200 sheep are born every year on this farm. According to the 2020 census, the Colorado has 6,000 sheep farms, and the number is about 360,000 heads, accounting for 7.6% of the country's sheep. On average, an adult sheep can weigh between 70 to 90 pounds. On this farm, the main feed used is corn and hay. The breeding sheep will be fed grain. On average, each sheep will be need to eat 3% of its body weight per day. This is the process of removing hair from the anal region of adult sheep, even though the tails have been clipped. The thick anal feathers still provide an ideal habitat for parasites and flies. This is a herd of sheep in the state of Texas, and they are left loose in the pasture to feed. They often move from one grassland to another. Currently, Texas is the state with the largest sheep population in the United States, with about 750,000 heads, representing 14% of the nation's sheep. To ensure herd health and prevent overcrowding, breeders often reduce the number of sheep each year. According to statistics, every year the number of sheep slows down in Texas to about 300,000 heads. To ensure that the safety of herds of sheep, breeders often use sheepdogs to monitor and protect them from the coyotes and other dangerous animals. The process of bathing sheep is an important activity in caring for and protecting their health. Adult sheep are usually bathed every 2 weeks to reduce odors, hair loss, and harmful parasites. bathing also helps to improve energy levels, as well as create conditions for sheep to have a clean and shiny coat. This is considered the last trip of the sheep. The period of 8 to 10 months is when thousands of sheep are transported to the meat processing plant. At the mill, the sheep will be anesthetized using an electric current before the slaughter process can begin. This process is done quickly and precisely to ensure that the sheep lose consciousness and are painless during the slaughter process. The United States is one of the largest producers of sheep and goat meat in the world, with millions of sheep raised for slaughter every year. According to the latest figures from the United States Department of Agriculture, about 2.4 million sheep were slaughtered for meat in 2020. In terms of output, the total amount of lamb and goat meat produced in the United States in 2020 is about 135 million pounds. This includes both domestic consumption and exports to other countries. The video here is over. We are happy to have the opportunity to share our experiences via videos and hope that you really enjoyed it. If you want to continue to explore the world's most advanced, modern, and super large-scale farming and farming processes, subscribe to our channel to follow new videos and leave comments about your experiences. Thank you and see you in the next video.